scenario, we want to ensure that we reduce the amount of sediment that reaches the dam by undertaking activities at the farm level that prevent loss of soil. Simply, soil is moved by water. The moment you stop water from flowing at a high speed down the farm, you have already stopped the movement of soil. And some of that soil will end up in the trench, which can be scooped back and returned to the land. But because of slow movement of water across the landscape, there is very little soil that will go. And that is the foundation behind trenching.
In Mwache Catchment, we've been working with the 24 ruas. And the first phase of the catchment management, we were working with 10 ruas. The ruas were mapped to be in the erosional hotspots for Mwache Catchment, and the interventions had to be done in those very hotspots to contain the sediments that would eventually flow into Mwache Dam that is under construction, and that would jeopardize the economic lifespan of the dam. Currently, we have rolled over to the 14 to make a total of 24. And so at this moment, we are now training the 14 on financial management and procurement and project management, so that when they receive the funds, there will be accountability, because this is government money and we have to account for every cent spent on catchment management.
And every year, because it's so much degraded, it yields about 4 million tons of sediments, which we want to retain within the farms and to make sure it doesn't get to the dam which is under construction. So the government has gone ahead to do 2 check dams, the lower and upper check dams, which will be constructed to make sure that they retain the sediments, not to get to the dam. But we feel as WRA Water Resources Authority, we have the water resources utilizations, which are the RUAs, who can be able to do much more in retaining the sediments within their farms and in their catchment by doing various interventions, which we call sustainable land use management and also livelihood enhancement projects.
Terraces tumeanza kuona matunda. Nafikiri hata wenye mashamba wanashuhudia. Juu wakati mvua ilinyesha, yale mashamba yenye hayakuwa na terraces, bado mtindo ulikuwa ni ule. Maji yalienda, lakini kwenye terraces yalishikiliwa. Na baada ya hapo, hata last season hakukuwa na mvua nyingi. Lakini tofauti ni kwamba mashamba yenye yalikuwa na terraces hawakutoka kitupu. Kwa sababu at least kulikuwa na ule unyevu ukasaidia ile mimea kukua.
This catchment is 300,000 hectares. Therefore, this project alone cannot deliver restoration of that catchment. But the objective of the activities in this project is to show the populations what can be done and the results of intervening. Our target is to reclaim and restore 17,000 hectares spread across the 24 catchments, so that the populations can see the impact of undertaking some of these activities. So far, we have covered above 2,600 hectares with these activities, spread across the 10 sub-catchments, and there is massive adoption. For every place that we are doing trenching, we notice another 4 or 5 farmers are already adopting the trenching on their own. And a simple question, why are you doing this, is I have just seen something is happening on my neighbor's land that got trenching. It's the easiest and the fastest way of controlling soil erosion. However, this area is also a livestock production area. The people in this catchment are predominantly pastoralists. Their livelihood is dependent on the goats and the sheep and the cows that you saw. Therefore, one area we are also pushing is to educate the farmers on how best to keep this livestock. Soil that is not disturbed cannot be carried away. So we are encouraging farmers to do that. And lastly, the aspect of growing the right crops for this agroecology.
Lile bwawa linasaidia nyungu 888 linasaidia kwenye hili eneo. Wakazi wanachota maji wakitumia majumbani, na pia mifugo hapo hapo wanachotewa wakipelekwa nyumbani, wengine wanaletwa kwenye hili eneo. Kuna troughs zilitengenezwa, wananywea pale ng'ombe, na pia wakulima pia wanatumia maji kunyunyizia mimea yao.
Siku hizi ni mambo na biashara. Tufanye biashara, kama ni mabenda ni sukuma tuuze ili tupate kujiendeleza. Kwa sababu hata mtoto wa shule akifukuzwa saa hii hatusemi ati mzee tutaka pesa. Sisi wenyewe tunakaa, tunapeana kidogo kidogo, wanalipa shule, hatuulizi wazee saa hii, alafu unaregesha tena.
The county government of Kwale as a PIU, the project implementation unit, we have a number of components. Key among them is the irrigation component of the project. And in this component we have strategies that we have put in place to make sure that we encourage our farmers to adopt the right methods of producing food so that our people can be food secure. One is what we popularly call FLEAD, the farmer-led irrigation development. We have started with 11 sites across the Mwache catchment, and Mwache catchment basically has 4 wards, that is Mwavumbo ward, Kasemeni ward, Samburu ward, and Makran ward. And we have already seen some remarkable achievement in these sites.
In essence, as we are conserving the catchment, we are improving food security, we are improving livelihoods, we are improving incomes. And furthermore, growing these crops leads to improved food nutrition, and you will see better and brighter children getting better food.